Are they really allies? LGBTQ plus activists work on ways to support equality after brand boycotts. General merchandise retailer Target has removed Pride products and relocated displays to the back of certain stores in the South. Activists in the LGBTQ plus community are calling for new campaigns to convince corporate leaders not to cave into anti-LGBTQ plus groups. Their decisions were aimed at ensuring the safety and well-being of its employees after protesters knocked over pride signs and confronted workers in stores. The controversy comes at a time when conflict over LGBTQ plus rights is simmering. California State Senator Scott Wiener, also a member of the LGBTQ plus legislative caucus, said, quote, "We need a strategy on how to deal with corporations that are experiencing enormous pressure to throw LGBTQ plus people under the bus," end quote. The hostile environment has prompted some groups to hire security consultants to advise them on activities planned for Pride Month, which begins tomorrow. Deborah Porter, Executive Director of Pride Northwest in Portland, Oregon, said there have been discussions about a possible boycott, a letter-writing campaign, and other actions directed at Target, but plans for an organized protest hasn't yet materialized. A few weeks back, Bud Light, Adidas, and many other brands faced transphobic backlash. And I will directly address that question to Ms. Porter. Don't boycott. Because, for one thing, I sympathize. Look, I'm disappointed that they have to remove some Pride merchandise from the store. On the other hand, the poor Target employees who are getting harassed, getting shoved, getting things thrown at them, have abuse hurled at them. They don't deserve that. If that means that the Pride display has to go just to the back of the store, I mean, they're not taking it away. They're not even taking all the merchandise away. Most of them still have them. Hell, Walmart has a Pride collection. So our representation is not going away. But these rabid people, these moms for liberty, these patriot fronts, these random internet commenters who think that they're edgy about harassing people on TikTok, they are there, they are vile, and they represent a real physical threat to these poor guys and girls who are barely making minimum wage.
Well, as a Yankee, I think the key words in the story here are the South. Yes, these people are still our allies. I'd be more concerned if Target was relocating Pride displays in stores in other parts of the country.
Actually, I hate to disappoint you, but I'm pretty sure at least one of the anti-Target viral clip came out of California.
Well, okay,
but primarily it's the South, it's southern stores.
And you'd think that these straight rednecks would be too busy having sex with their siblings to get all het up about Pride Month. I mean, really?
No. I mean, in this political environment, everyone it's angry first and thinks second. The Targets and North Face and Anheuser-Busch or InBev now, they all have the means to work around this. But we as a community, in the 25 years that we've started to seeing all of this corporate support, we have failed ourselves by not having programs in place for difficult moments like this. We have been so busy celebrating all these different steps forward that we have forgotten that politics do change.
So it's more complacency, you're thinking?
It is a complacency, because the first thing that we should be doing as a community is going out and buying every damn piece of merchandise from Target. We should be supporting InBev beverages, Anheuser-Busch. We should be supporting all these different groups however we can, to say thank you for being there, and remember that we represent $1 trillion in cash throughout the United States.
And then, but on the other hand, we have a left flank that says that there are many activists who complain about the corporatization of Pride over the years.
Doesn't matter.
Merchandise. I agree with you, buddy. I agree with you. I don't care if it is just because they want to slap a rainbow flag on it and call it a day. It doesn't matter. The thing is, they value us over them.
Yeah.
There's an us and them situation now. Us, they support. Them, they are hiring security guards.
Well, there are. I'm sorry, Dion, go ahead.
No, I think that when it comes to corporate position, for these big corporations, it's important that they make their voice heard. Yeah, I mean, how they enforce this, like Disney, Disney. I mean, we have been going through this with Disney, and they went to battle with Ron DeSantis. Money talks in this country. So let's see who has, so at least, but when it comes to corporate, responsibility, that they have a responsibility to us too. And our money matters.
But it's not just our money, it's being right. We have finally gotten federal legislation to allow for marriage. We finally have got these rights where we're sitting at the table. So the corporations know this, and they realize that they have to represent as many different sides as possible, but they know right is right.
Well, I think there are two reasons why this continues to keep happening. One are these guerrilla type protests and these activism. One, these people are just ignorant. They're ignorant, closed-minded, grew up in an ignorant, closed-minded environment, passing it on to their kids. And so it's working. They keep coming back because it's working. This has, we see it at drag queen story hours at public libraries. We see it all over the country and the Western world where, people just show up to any kind of gay event, start throwing things, start intimidating, and it works because events get canceled. Displays get moved to the back. And second, this has absolutely, in my opinion, nothing to do with rainbow capitalism. In past years, we have all said, oh, they come to us, in late May through early July, and they want our dollars, and then they ignore us the rest of the year. But that's not this. This is rainbow capitalism, but they're here for us, and they're trying their best. I believe it was you who said we need to get out there and buy every single piece of merchandise.
We need to support them.
We need to go in there and then put it on our Instagram accounts. We need people to TikTok about it, like at the store buying it. And I don't know what the hashtag would be, but we need to start a social media campaign where the corporate people can measure, because, they're not reading our comments. They've got computers looking for positive comments, AI and stuff like that. So we need to go out there and we need to make sure that our numbers are being counted and are being seen. When they ring up the order, they'll see how much inventory is moving out. That's what we need to do. This is not about rainbow capitalism. This is about supporting the people who are supporting us. And believe me, Target supports us all year round. The fact is, most of the country doesn't need LGBTQ tank tops for 6 or 7 months of the year. So fine, if you don't want to carry them in December, that's fine. But they're here to support us, and we really need to support them, and we need to find new ways to support them.
But we also need to say thank you. I go out of my way when I see a Pride event, a display of something in a store. I will stop the manager and say thank you.
Yep.
And I will get the receipts. The customer comments. I email them, because that counts as much as the dollar bill.
Yeah. Absolutely.
We are Queer News Tonight, the world's first and only live daily LGBTQ+ evening news show from Happening Out Television Network. In the model of PBS and NPR, we educate, inform, and entertain by supporting the 10 pillars of the LGBTQ+ community, with more than 100,000 a week watching on Roku, Apple Television, and other channels. To keep the stories going, we accept donations with 100% transparency. Stay updated and live authentically with Queer News Tonight.